It's Kimi, Ebisine-Ogunniye on Speak Up once again. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that are joining me for the first time, Speak Up is a program that is brought to you by Fat Corner, where we throw more light into handling emotional and psychological issues that are facing us in the world and in Africa specifically. Please kindly like and subscribe to our Fat Corner channel on Facebook and YouTube. It's at Fat, all block letters, FACT, and Corner, all in small letters, CORNER. Thank you. Do you work under a bully? That's the question. How would you know if you do? These are some of the signs. If you feel intimidated, frustrated, or you dread going into your office because you're belittled, you're humiliated, you're ignored and cut down, then you are in a hostile work environment. Someone sent me their story this week about having to resign from their job. The exact words they wrote to me are, I was genuinely fed up and losing my mind. The psychological abuse was too much. I was on the verge of a mental breakdown. That was shocking. The truth is, working under an abusive boss can do real damage to your mental health. And so today, I'll be talking about how to deal with abusive bosses. Typically, bosses who bully are under tremendous pressure. They love control and feed off of two things: the emotional reaction and attention. They thrive on the power they have to manipulate others. Unfortunately, these toxic bosses may produce successes from inducing fear in their employees, and so people ignore the other aspects of it because of the success they are producing. But they would also prove to have a shorter shelf life when it comes to long-term success. The first tip I want to give on how to deal with abusive boss is 1. Shift your focus from your boss to your job. An abusive boss is unlikely to change their behavior. So your first option is to work on yourself. Instead of focusing on the boss who is trying to intimidate you, focus only on the details and the task of your role. You have a direct control over your performance, so make sure you are focused on what and give excellent deliveries. The more emotional power you give your toxic boss, the more your boss will focus on you as a target. A bully is more interested in reading your vibes than analyzing your performance. So if your boss never gets your eye contact, if he never gets that invitation to come into your emotional space, then they are less likely to keep bullying you. When you focus solely on your task of the role you've been given and stop giving off a vibe of fear and anxiety, you're gaining control over that boss. The next thing tip I want to give is understand the bully. If your boss yells at all employees, rethink what is making him or her do so. Maybe him or her is transferring his or her stress at work to you and to others. Maybe they are mean. It's just their nature. Or they are stressed from home as well as work, and so they pile a lot up on you. If your boss is coming off too intense, it is because of their undeniable pressure to succeed. Why not try and look on the other side of the picture? Empathize with them. Know that their attitude is because of that drive that they have. If you can see things in their perspective, then you might be able to change the situation entirely, because you will start working to achieve that goal and helping them bring down the pressure they are in. The other tip I want to give is try to work around your boss. Don't give your boss opportunity to act out. You do this by preparing beforehand to deal with consequences. It is advisable to communicate via email as much as you can. Avoid in-person contact. Be ready by thinking that your boss would not like this work. Just prepare in advance and prepare a division. If you walk around them, walk around their temperament, you find that you become a bit able to deal with their abusive nature. It is good way to prepare an upcoming revision rather than starting an argument. You are prepared. You know this is who they are, so you walk around them. You create a niche so that you are way ahead before they start reacting to you. And number 4 tip I want to give is try to find a common ground between you and your boss. This you can do by improving your work relationship. It requires both you and your boss to cooperate. Find some common grounds to make things work out. It's just like I said about working around your boss. Work together under the same. You must have some common goals. You both have some set common deadlines and experiences. So try and share those common stressors with your boss. If instead of being carefree or careless about the deadlines and pressure that they are going through, try and find that same common ground with them. When you start to share that common stresses towards approaching deadline, offer to help out in your boss. In that way, you are able to balance the stress they're giving off, and that way they are less likely to be abusive in nature. The next tip I want to give is to set silent limits. Set a limit for when you would accept his or abusive behavior. Body languages are a great way to silently, effectively deal with a boss who is abusive. You might not be able to shout back or give out curse words back at your boss because it's your boss and you might lose your job. However, you have your body language to be able to show that. Turn your body away from your boss every chance you get. Give your boss the side of your body or the back of your body at all times. When you have to have a face-to-face with your boss, focus on looking straight at their chest and their chin. This posture communicates that you are firm, you're ready to talk, but you're not going to be intimidated. The thing is, bullies love to see when they have power over those they are bullying. They love when you cower. So the purpose of this is to give off a strong vibe and show to your boss that you've got a backbone, that you're not going to cower to him. The thing is, the bully will pick up on this attitude and realize that this person is not going to take my bullshit, and so they begin to be less aggressive. Another tip is build a network. It is important to keep a communication with you and other employees who might also be targets of your boss's poor treatment. Encourage your co-workers to document dates, times, conversations that they have with your boss. This is because these people are all in a common ground, and so you empathize with each other, and those documents that you're keeping will help you build a strong case just in case you have to have a case on it. If all the other options fail, then take a legal action. Let your superiors know. If it's not your highest boss, then there are people that are senior to him in the work. Let them know. If it's the head, the top management that is giving this, then take legal action. The problem we have in Africa is that most of these bosses get away with these things because we do not report them. But take a precedence. You can be the first person who is going to take a legal action against your boss. Through the documentations that you and your other co-workers have made, you'll be able to put this person and put their attitude in check. Explain the effect they're having on you. It can be physical, it could be emotional, it could be mental, just like the story I had. And all of this will help in building your case. File a complaint. Don't sit quiet and just take it. If we lay complaints, if we start putting abusive bosses in their place, when they start knowing they cannot get away with this is one way to stop curbing that attitude from escalating in our workplaces. And finally, make a change. If you have an abusive boss, ask yourself, is this situation amendable? Is it something that can change? If not, it's beyond your power, please find a new job. Your mental health and happiness is important. Keep in mind, that you have the skills and the experience that led you to this current job. You've grown in this job. Don't be intimidated to stay in that job because you think you cannot get something else. No. Know that you are more than capable. Believe in yourself so you are able to find something better for yourself. Change line. Make sure you prioritize yourself above anything else. It sucks to work under an abusive boss. No matter what the basis of your relationship, you don't deserve to bear an abusive boss. Always remember that you have options. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have stories around emotional abuse that you'd like us to address, then please feel free to get in touch with me by sending an email to info@fatcorner.org or through a direct message on our Facebook page at fatcorner.org. You can also put your comments in the comment section of this broadcast. Thank you. Until next time, speak up.